And the U.S. Attorney General in San Francisco said they never wear police, only FBI.
Those folks that came out here were FBI agents.
I don't believe them people that told you that. But why won't you call Washington, D.C.?
I don't need to call them, because I actually work with the SWAT commander from the Sacramento office of the FBI.
Well, I got the word. Have you heard the recording I sent to the county supervisor?
I've heard all the recordings, yeah.
From Maddie in Washington, D.C.?
Yes.
What about that?
I listened to the whole recording.
Okay, any comment?
Yeah, I do. Just briefly, that there was a confusion about possible spelling on the last name. So that to me could have been the confusion that occurred.
I asked
but
this.
You know what the bottom line is, Larry? When you call people, if you start mentioning things, and we had this conversation on the phone, Waco and things like that, it sends red flags up to people.
That's what those two guys threatened me with. Don't you understand that?
Well, okay, but your phone call to Access today didn't reference that.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't reference a comment that was made by somebody else.
I have the recording.
Okay.
Wait, I have the recording that I made to that lady just now, the mental health lady.
All right.
And I said exactly what I'm telling you. These two guys came out and threatened to come back and get ugly, quote unquote.
Okay. I don't consider that a threat. No.
If somebody said, we're coming back out again and it's going to be ugly, you don't consider that a threat?
No.
Well, I do.
Okay.
But I certainly wouldn't consider it a threat against you guys. Me relating that information of what those two guys said to me is in no way a threat to anyone else.
It sends up a red flag that there's
something up.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, why don't you find out what it is? I'm not threatening anyone. People have been threatening me. Don't you understand that?
What is it that I have to find out what's up? I'm not really sure about that.
One quick phone call to Washington, D.C., and you can find out that guy is not an FBI agent.
They're all FBI agents. I've already confirmed that. So
then why wouldn't they show me the ID? Why?
You know what?
Why were they wearing police flak jackets?
I can't answer for why.
And then the other one, why did they?
Here, you got to let me answer your question. Okay, I can't answer for the federal government. I can't tell you what their procedures and their policies are. However, I can assure you that the folks that were here were from the federal government out of the Sacramento FBI office. I can assure you that.
Well, that's you, but the Washington, D.C. headquarters tells me that he wasn't.
Okay, well, I certainly have more information about who comes from the FBI office than they do in Washington,
Okay,
D.C.
Then they were FBI agents,
yes.
But they were out here making false accusations.
And that's a possibility.
And so why don't you guys look into that? That's a crime.
Well, I believe what they were asking you to do is stop calling the office.
No, you said to that woman, Katie Wiles, who I had a very friendly relationship with, I am going to kill you, you blonde bitch, quote unquote.
Who's that? I don't even know.
That's what they said. I said to her on the telephone.
Okay. And you know what? That may have been...
but somebody said that to her, and it wasn't me.
But Larry...
And maybe somebody didn't say that to her. But why don't you guys look into it?
Were you arrested for any crime?
If I said that to her, I should have been arrested.
Okay. So they made the determination that everything was okay, and they left. It's the same thing with the sheriff's
department. Okay, why won't the FBI... No, they didn't say. They left with, when we come back again, like, quit contact. Don't contact him again. If we come back out here again, it will be ugly.
Okay.
But I'm going to contact him again, so are they... I'm asking you, so if I contact him again, are they going to come back out here and get ugly?
They may take you to jail. That would be considered getting ugly.
But if I just call him and say, John, I need some help with this problem in Arizona, and then he calls you guys, meaning the authorities, and said, Larry threatened to kill somebody. That ain't right.
No, it's not right.
Well, that's what's happening.
I don't believe that they're going to make up something. I think they're basing it on the information that they gather when you make the phone calls.
Well, I'm going to call John Doolittle's office right now.
Okay.
And then if they send them guys back, I call you guys. That's your suggestion. Call 911. You'll come out and save me?
Yes. Not from the federal government, I'm not. Federal government takes jurisdiction over the state government.
Okay, well, that's why I said, just like this, I'm not going to let them into my house.
If the FBI comes out here,
yeah,
we're not going to have to come out here to save you.
And they're supposed to call you when they have business here.
The person that will need to save you at that point would be an attorney.
One of your folks.
I think you're going to need an attorney after that.
I can't get an attorney.
And Larry, I don't want that to happen.
I don't either. I don't want any of this to be happening.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a little hypothetical here. If I give you a warning for speeding, and I tell you if you speed again, I'm going to give you a ticket. Okay? And I tell you that. Okay?
Okay.
And would you consider that a threat?
Yeah.
If I told you that...
Oh, wait. Was I speeding to begin with?
Well, I'm going to give you the hypothetical again. If I pull you over for speeding, and I give you a warning, and I say, don't do it again, or I'll give you another ticket, and it'll get ugly, would you consider that a threat?
First,
if I pull you over again and you were speeding again?
Okay, that's a perfect hypothetical.
Yes.
But I wasn't speeding, sir.
I understand that, but the perception of
why'd you pull me over?
In the office felt threatened.
Yeah, but like you said, because that's what they said, if you do it again.
And I believe that that's what they told you, if they have to come out here and
But I didn't do it in the first place.
Okay, and you know what? You didn't get arrested either.
Yeah, but would you like it if you were me, and that right now it's left? The FBI thinks that I threatened to kill somebody,
I would be
and they're on their way back out to get ugly.
I would be concerned.
I'm concerned!
I understand that, but the vocabulary that you're using with the folks that you're calling, you're concerning them. And it would now kind of stand to reason that all the folks that you've called have all made the same comment that we're really concerned about what Larry's telling us. Okay, you got to take that into consideration.
Right.
All I'm asking
you don't understand what I'm telling you.
All I'm asking you to do is you probably need to change your vocabulary a little bit, and you won't get these kind of visits. Right?
Okay, well, these two guys are going to come back out and hurt me. Do you guys care?
I don't believe that.
Well, I'm going to call John McCain still.
Okay, and all I'm asking you to do is use a little bit more toned-down vocabulary.
Dad.
You guys are going to let me die.
Dad, can I get my phone?
Can I have my daughter back?
We're not holding your daughter.
Did Sarah come in?
I don't know.
If she wants to come back in, she can come back in. I have no reason
Whoa.
to keep her out here.
Is she...
Are you Sarah? Yeah, she can come back in.
Okay, well, thanks for coming out, scaring the crap out of me again.
I'm going to give your daughter my business card, so at least you know who I am.
It doesn't. You guys don't care.
I wouldn't be out here if I didn't care.
Those two guys, whoever they were, said they're coming back to hurt me.
Hey.
And John Doolittle's office, I called him for help. He sent out two thugs. A Placer County sheriff who doesn't belong out here.
Well, I found out who that individual was, too, and he's not a thug. He's not a thug.
He came out here and said, don't call John Doolittle again.
Okay.
Well, you guys don't have a right to do that.
Sure. Yeah, yes, we do.
Don't contact your government representative.
And, you know, there's...
You guys don't... No, only the court can do that.
Email... You just send him an email.
Yeah, but the proper legal procedures is he contacts the court and the court gets a restraining order. They cannot send you guys out to intimidate me and to stop calling.
I don't think it was an intimidation. I think you were asked not to call him again.
Yes, you can't do that. You can't do
I
that.
asked you not to call Kathy Lee. And she has a right to privacy, and I believe I quoted the penal code section that deals with annoying or threatening phone calls.
It wasn't annoying or threatening.
It was annoying to her. If I
asking her for help?
It's her private phone line, and I realize
it's on the web as her phone number.
But she has a right to ask people not to call her, just like you have a right to ask people not to call her.
But she doesn't have a right to have you ask me.
Yes, she does.
I don't think so.
Yes.
Well, we'll find out in the lawsuit.
Okay. If there's anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to call.
Just a minute. Call Washington, D.C. about that FBI guy.
I don't need to do that. I've already taken care of that.
You won't do that.
I've already done it.
What?
It's an issue now.
You said you called Sacramento.
I called the Sacramento office.
Okay, well, you heard the recording. The Washington, D.C. office says this. And I talked to Sacramento and said, unless there's another way to spell his name, and they won't give me any other way. And I said, well, K-U-N-D, and you guys spell it different than I do.
Yeah, I heard the whole conversation. And it did seem like there was a little bit of confusion on the spelling of the name.
Okay, well, under the circumstances, Washington, D.C. with the list, K-N-U-D, K-N-U-E, K-N-U whatever, she'd say, well, there is a Marcus spelled differently, I would think.
You know how many FBI agents are in this country?
How many Marcus Knutsons there are?
I don't know.
Well, but anyway, they're leaving me with super high blood pressure. I feel like I'm going to pop.
I understand.
And you guys are just leaving me this way.
No, I do care about...
You are just leaving me this way.
I do care about your condition.
If you did care, you'd make one quick call to Washington.
I don't need to call Washington.
Then you don't care.
I've already confirmed. with the Sacramento office?
Look, the FBI doesn't get to come out here and accuse me of threatening to kill somebody and then just leave it at that.
If that's what the perception of...
No, I mean, and then just leave it at that.
Sure they do. I give warnings to people all the time.
Right now, as far as I'm concerned, they think I threatened to kill somebody and they're on their way back out here to hurt me.
Well, that's your perception.
Well, you can come and wipe it all up after they're finished with me.
Okay.